What's happening, everybody? Welcome back. This is Forgo, and today I thought I'd give you guys my initial thoughts about both these uniforms, give you the uniform options, take a look at their skills and rotations, and just give you guys my thoughts about these characters. Now, both these characters look pretty damn sick, I gotta say. Moon Knight looks just like he does from the series, which is awesome. Elektra looks freaking dope. I actually wasn't a huge fan of her taking the Daredevil mantle, but I gotta say, man, she looks awesome. She looks pretty damn awesome. So we'll start off with Elektra, guys. Now, I already have her tier 3, guys. She's ranked 554. We're not going to get into the build or anything because we're not going to do any gameplay with her. And I want you guys to let me know if you want to see PvP or PvE with her, because the thing about PvP is right now she only has 41,000 HP. Now I only have 14% HP, so I really do wonder how well she's going to do on my account. I think in AC she's going to be godly, but on my account I really wonder how she's going to do in PvP. But in PvE, I think she's going to do pretty damn well. She seems pretty freaking strong, at least from the initial testing that I've done so far. And the reason, a lot of people are going to say PvP is because she's just got a lot of ignore iframe built into her kit. I mean, it's nutty, guys, how much ignore iframes or how many ignore iframes she has in her kit. It is crazy what they've done, and the damage accumulation based on damage you take is really, really nice on her tier 3, especially considering Dormammu and Mephisto, ignore a lot of iframes. There's chip damage in there. And yeah, she can absorb a lot of damage and do a lot more damage back to the opponents. And as far as her skills, I'm not going to get into attack buffs and things like that. You can literally cancel her 3 and her 5 immediately. Like her 3 shoots out. That's nice, man. I love the sleekness of her attacks. The fifth skill gives her a heal immediately, which is nice. Right? See the white streaks, and then the 4. Now the 4 gives her a nice damage proc, which is really sweet. And you can't cancel the 4 immediately, but you can cancel the 3, the 5, and the 4. And you can get all of that residual damage from the 3 and the 5 all at the same time with the 4 along with the attack buff from the 5. That is godly. And then her tier 3. Now I'm going to go ahead and turn on the SFX here really quick for y'all so you can take a look at the tier 3 in its entirety. Pretty damn cool. Pretty damn cool. Now you can actually cancel her tier 3. You have to delay cancel this thing. So we'll go ahead and do the 354 again. And by the way, her second skill has that counter attack. I mean, right now she just does this number, right? She just walks along. Yeah, she's just like, come on, bring it, right? But whenever you turn the AI on, obviously, she does the counter attack, which is pretty cool. Okay, so we'll delay the tier 3. And boom, once those guys highlight red, you can cancel the tier 3, get all the residual damage, and you're also accumulating damage during the tier 3. Now, her 4 does have, it's got partial iframes. So in between the iframes, she will take damage during it, unless her opponent's having more iframe to where she can actually take damage. So they set her up in a way where I don't know if it would be 100% awesome, right? But the fact that she is partial iframes during her 4, she will take damage. So, but I did test her a little bit already, and even with this build, guys, she can do pretty damn well. I was actually pretty impressed with her. I'm definitely going to level her up even further. But if you guys want to see what she can do with this particular build, I'll go ahead and show you in another video. But as far as the uniform options, Johnny's the first one, which is great. That's an amazing uniform. Corvus, I mean, he's getting outdated now, but it's still a good uniform to have. Then you have Thor, which is pretty outdated. He's got a movie coming up, so yeah, I mean that's pretty much not the greatest. Sinister, not good at all. Paywall uniform, and then we have Carnage, which unfortunately, or Miles Morales Carnage, which unfortunately is a decent uniform, but it's way outdated. He doesn't have an awakened skill or a tier 3 or anything like that. So it's kind of a bummer about her last 2 uniform options. Now, Moon Knight. A lot of people are going to be really wondering if Moon Knight is actually better in this uniform versus his previous uniform. And I'll show you guys a little comparison today as far as that is concerned. But with this version of Moon Knight, like they changed up his rotation a little bit, and they did change a few things on him. They changed his damage proc from 60% or from 100% to 60%, right? They also changed his heals. He doesn't have as much of a heal in this kit, right? I mean, he's got, the 30% recovery heal somewhere in here. I think it's on his 3rd skill. No, it's when it's Yeah, whenever he uses Judgment of Moon, that's right. Whenever he uses Judgment of Moon, which is fifth skill, he gets a 30% recovery. Whereas before, he actually had a passive heal on top of a heal from the fifth skill. But literally, when you're playing with Moon Knight, right? And I'll do a more in-depth video about this guy. What you want to do, guys, is you want to go 3, 4, 5. The 5 here, you cannot cancel the skill immediately, or you will lose all of that damage, right? You'll lose all of those hits. So if I hit the 5 and then I hit the 2, you can see we just lost. We just lost everything. If I let the 5 play out and then hit the 2, we still don't get any residual damage from the thing, right? And then the third skill, you can actually throw out those bombs, right? And you can cancel immediately into another skill. So if I do the 3, throw out the bombs, and then go into the 5, right? You see you can get all the flame damage from it, right? And you also have a damage proc on that third skill. Now the 4 can actually be canceled immediately as well. So you hit the 4 there, you see that, right? Okay, nice, lots and lots of hits, right? So if you do the 3, the 4, and then the 5, you can see all the hits from the 4, all the 5. So the 3, 4, 5 combo looks like the best way to go as far as Moon Knight is concerned. You guys can take a look at the tier 4 here. Okay, gives him a big old heal, which he might need in really, really high levels of world boss, but considering he's got 30% recovery heal, I don't think it's a big deal. His awaken skill seems to play the same where you want to let it play out, but I'm going to need to do some further testing. But I'll show you guys, how well he does as far as like against Null right now compared to the other uniform. I do have both these uniforms at Mythic, and the uniform options for this uniform is Shang-Chi, which is really good for the first one. Then you have Crescent, which is, I mean, it's a paywall uniform. For some players are going to have it. It's going to be all right. For a lot of players like myself, it's not very good at all. Then you have, Luke Cage, which was a really good uniform when it came out. A lot of people are probably going to have that. That's actually good. You got Kingo, which is, it's okay, whatever. And then you have, Apocalypse, which is definitely getting outdated big time now, unfortunately. But a lot of players are going to have this uniform. It's a very old uniform. So that's actually really, really good. Now, as far as Bill, guys, I mean, he's got, 39,000 physical attack in this uniform. And then in this uniform, he actually has 40,400. So he's got a little bit more physical attack in the Mr. Knight uniform than what he does in the newest uniform. And then, of course, the rest of the build is going to be the same because we got the same character. I'm using a mighty CTP of energy with the increased all attack and 180% damage proc on him, right? Now, I'm not going to go into too much detail. I just want to show you guys the damage difference between these two uniforms in World Boss against Null at stage 60. Way, way up there. And luckily, Blade's leadership does apply to Moon Knight. So the first thing I want to do, guys, is I'm going to go ahead and switch this up and throw in this uniform. And I'm just going to show you guys, in one rotation, the amount of damage. We're just going to go 3, 5, 4 in this uniform, and then we'll do the other uniform and see how much damage we actually do. All right, just so you guys get a heads up on this, right? So we'll go 3, 5, 4. Now I'm just going to let it play out, guys. So you can see how much damage we did. We did almost 1 bar at stage 60. Almost 1 bar at stage 60, all right? So now I'll show you guys what he can do in his other uniform, his newest uniform here. Just so you know, right? Just so you think, well, is it worth it really to buy this uniform, right? And again, we're going to go 3, 4, 5 in this new uniform here. And there we go. So as you guys can see, he's doing about, a half a bar more than what he does in the previous uniform. And this is just in one rotation. So over a 5-minute span, I mean, this was in 9 seconds here, right? Over a 5-minute span, he's going to have an even bigger gap throughout the fight. So it's definitely a stronger uniform. It's definitely got a lot more power. I know this isn't some huge gauge, but you can already see the difference in damage. We all know how to play Mr. Knight's uniform. It's very, very easy with a 3, 5, 4 combo or rotation. And with this newest uniform, even though I haven't played with him very long at all, I can already see an increase in damage. He's already doing more damage than what he did in the previous uniform. Is it a huge upgrade? No. But it is a substantial upgrade. It is a decent upgrade. But keep in mind, he will be losing heal. So what I would recommend for all of you out there is if you're really, worried about Moon Knight or you're, considering whether or not to buy this new uniform, I mean, obviously it is stronger. But what I would do is I would just wait until players get this guy to level 80, and then you see what they can do in the Mr. Knight uniform, right, at level 80, right? How well can he do at level 80 in the Mr. Knight uniform? Because we all saw with Iron Man that at level 80, even in his previous uniforms, he's still godly. He's still ridiculous. So you might not need to buy the new uniform just for that reason if you plan on taking him to level 80. So I just wanted to show you guys that damage difference just in one rotation. And again, I haven't mastered this rotation or anything. I've only been playing with him for a little bit. And let me know what you guys would like to see with Elektra. But in all honesty, guys, I'm pretty happy. I'm really, really happy with this because I really think like Moon Knight, just kind of like Iron Man, his value is really going to lie when he gets to when he gets to level 80, right? Or at tier 4, right? When he gains the extra stats. That's really where it's at. And Elektra, I'm telling you guys, Elektra's got quite a bit of power. She's actually quite strong and seems very, very easy to play. Very, very proc friendly. Moon Knight's still very, very proc friendly. Although sometimes when you use his Wake and Skill in this new uniform, it can get a little squirrely sometimes, but it's not too bad, as far as playing with a proc. So my initial impressions of both these characters is actually really, really good. Again, I think Moon Knight, you're probably better off just to wait until people get him at level 80 and then do some testing with Mr. Knight uniform to see how strong that uniform is at level 80. But Elektra is a godly upgrade considering she was complete crap before. I mean, the uniform is insanely strong, very, very powerful. It remains to be seen how well it's going to do in PvP. So let me know, guys, if you want to see her in PvE or PvP first. And let me know what you guys think about both these uniforms. And I do stream on Twitch at 9 p.m. GMT Play 7 time. The link is in the description below. And I hope you enjoyed the video. Thank you for watching. Y'all take care and have a good one. See you, everybody.